Florida citrus growers are seeing more green these days. Unfortunately, it's not the bankable kind. Citrus greening is the common name of a disease known as huanglongbing, and it is wreaking havoc on the citrus industry.
The disease is transmitted by an insect, so the bacterium that causes the disease moves from tree to tree by insects feeding and moving it from an infected to a healthy tree. That starts a process of decline of the tree. It plugs the system that moves nutrients through the tree, affects the roots, and ultimately the tree goes into a decline, root loss, and loss of production.
The pathogen causing this disease was introduced by a foreign invader, an invasive species of insect called the Asian citrus psyllid. In recent years, growers have been fighting these bugs with new control product technologies, and they are helping to keep the insects at bay. But now there is pressure to take these helpful products off the market, which is putting a squeeze on the state's citrus growers, the industry that depends on them, and consumers who love orange juice on their breakfast tables. Lindsay Raley is a citrus grower in Lakeland, Florida, who farms 1,200 acres of citrus, primarily oranges. His family has been successfully farming since the 1920s, but the threat of citrus greening has him seeing red.
Citrus greening, or HLB, has had a terrible impact on production in Florida. Over the last 10 years, the production has decreased anywhere from 30 to 50% in my own groves, and even more across the state.
To counter the insect threat, Lindsay relies on treating young trees with a newer class of insecticide products created to protect trees from the inside out. Known as neonicotinoids, these products are absorbed through the root system and travel throughout the plant to keep sucking insects, like the citrus psyllid, from spreading citrus greening across his groves.
Well, when a new tree is put into the field, to be productive long term, it's got to stay free of the disease at least through its first 5 or 6 years of life, when it's growing and putting on the kind of size that then can support a crop. And so the neonicotinoids prevent infection transmission during that time, and without them you would start to see infection coming in almost immediately once the tree is planted.
There is, however, controversy around the use of neonicotinoids in production agriculture due to broad concerns about honeybee health. However, most scientists and bee experts agree that multiple factors are challenging the health of honeybee colonies, including parasites, diseases, inadequate nutrition, weather, and hive management practices. Scientific studies have concluded that poor bee health correlates well with the presence of the varroa mite and other bee diseases, but not with exposure to agrochemicals. Lindsay Raley, like most citrus growers in Florida, has a long history of coordination with beekeepers in his area.
I have a very good relationship with 2 beekeepers. I keep them updated on spray programs we're doing. A lot of labels of a lot of pesticides don't allow the spraying while bees are present or during the bloom period, so we don't use those during that time period. My beekeepers seem to be thriving. I have a great relationship with them.
Yet the pressure to remove neonicotinoids from the market continues, and the loss of these important production products has the citrus industry worried.
Right now, we would be in a tremendous amount of trouble. The industry would be devastated. I don't think we could grow young trees to produce mature trees and grow citrus. It's the main tool that we have to grow these young trees.
Losing such a valuable tool in the grower's arsenal would have a great impact not only on Lindsay's farm, but on an entire community.
If we couldn't grow those young trees up to a mature tree, it would have a really negative impact on our operations, which I think just trickles down through the whole industry. The processing plants, the citrus packing houses, direct employees in the groves, harvesters, their families of those industries. So it would be devastating to Florida as a whole.
Florida citrus growers have weathered many significant challenges over the years, and they are optimistic about controlling huanglongbing. Hopefully, with the continued help of neonicotinoids as part of their defensive strategy, Florida's citrus industry will have a brighter future in the Sunshine State. This is why growing matters. Find out more at growingmatters.org.